Have you ever looked at a really successful organization and wondered how they just keep getting better year after year? Well, I can tell you, it is not magic. It's architecture. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain and show you the exact blueprint for continuous improvement, a structure that you or any team can build.
So what is that secret? How do you build a system that doesn't just put out fires, but actually goes looking for ways to get better every single day? That's what this is all about. We're going to walk through the complete architectural plan from the ground up.
All right, here's our game plan. We're going to start where any good building starts, the foundation, which is all about mindset. Then we'll look at the blueprints. Those are our guiding philosophies. After that, we'll lay out the step-by-step roadmap for change, open up the toolbox, and finally see how it all comes together to create a real living culture of improvement.
First things first, we have to talk about the foundation. You know, before you can change a single process or implement any new tool, you have to start with the people. It all, and I mean all, begins with how you and your team think about your own abilities and the challenges you face.
And this right here, this is the core of it. This is a powerful concept from Dr. Carol Dweck. On one side, you've got the growth mindset. That's the belief that you can get smarter, you can get better, the challenges are just opportunities to learn. But on the other side, you have the fixed mindset, the belief that you are who you are, and that's it. This one single distinction, it changes everything.
So why does this matter so much? Well, because a growth mindset is like fertile soil. It's where everything else we're going to talk about can actually take root and grow. It's what gives you the resilience to bounce back from failure. It fuels the creativity to find new solutions. And ultimately, it's the only way to build that culture of continuous improvement we're aiming for. Honestly, it's non-negotiable.
Okay, so our foundation is poured and set. Now we need the blueprints. We need some guiding philosophies that will shape our approach and give us a true north for all of our improvement efforts.
And first up is one of my favorites, Kaizen. Now, this isn't about some massive, disruptive, 6-month-long project. Nope. Kaizen is the art of the small step. It's the powerful idea that tiny, daily improvements made by every single person, from the CEO to the frontline worker, add up to incredible results over time. It's a relentless, daily pursuit of better.
And working hand in hand with Kaizen is lean thinking. The key here, the absolute center of lean, is the customer. Lean forces you to ask a really tough question about every single thing you do. Does this create value for the customer? If the answer is no, then it's considered waste. And lean is absolutely ruthless about hunting down and eliminating that waste.
Okay, so we have our mindset, we've got our philosophies, awesome. But ideas are one thing. We need a plan. We need a practical, step-by-step construction plan to turn all these great ideas into action. And that, my friends, is where DMAIC comes in. DMAIC is just a brilliantly logical 5-phase cycle. First, you define the problem. You have to know what you're actually trying to fix, right? Then you measure your starting point with real data, no guessing. You analyze that data to find the true root cause. Then you improve the process with a solution that actually fixes that cause. And finally, and this is key, you control the new process to make sure you don't slide back. It's a structured way to solve problems for good. And here's how it works in the real world. Let's say your customers are complaining about delivery delays. Now, the old way might be to just tell everyone to work faster. A team using DMAIC, though, would measure the actual delays, analyze all the data, and discover the real problem is a simple coordination breakdown between the warehouse and the logistics team. See? The solution becomes targeted, smarter, and way more effective. So we have our roadmap. But you can't build a house with just a blueprint, right? You need tools, a hammer, a saw, a level. This brings us inside the improvement toolkit, the specific instruments that help you get the job done right.
The first and maybe most essential tool in the box is root cause analysis, or RCA. The goal here is simple but so powerful. Don't just patch up the symptoms. Don't just put a Band-Aid on the problem. You have to dig deeper. You keep asking why until you find the fundamental, underlying cause. It's like pulling a weed out by the root instead of just trimming the top.
And a really fantastic way to do RCA is with a fishbone diagram. It gives your team a visual way to brainstorm all the potential causes of a problem, all at once. You can organize your ideas into categories like people, processes, equipment. It just makes sure nothing gets missed when you're in that crucial analyze phase of DMAIC.
Now, if RCA is like a detective investigating a crime that's already happened, FMEA is its proactive cousin. It's like the security consultant trying to prevent the crime from ever happening in the first place. You systematically look at your process and ask, what could possibly go wrong here? It's all about preventing fires, not just putting them out.
So how do you sort through all those what-ifs? FMEA has this simple but brilliant formula called the Risk Priority Number, or RPN. You just rate how severe a potential failure would be, how often it's likely to occur, and how hard it is to detect. You multiply those three numbers together, and you get a score that tells you exactly where to focus your energy first. And this table just makes it crystal clear. Check out that data entry error. The effect is sending a wrong invoice. That's pretty severe. It happens fairly often, and it's kind of hard to catch. That gives it a huge risk priority number of 240. That number is basically screaming, hey, pay attention to me, fix me first. It just takes all the guesswork out of managing risk.
All right, we've laid the foundation, we've studied the blueprints, we have our step-by-step plan, and we've got our tools ready to go. Now it's time for the final step, putting it all together to build the final structure, a self-sustaining culture of improvement.
And here it is, the complete architecture, all in one view. You can see how it all stacks up. It all rests on that solid foundation of a growth mindset. That belief system supports the philosophies of Kaizen and Lean. Those philosophies are put into practice using the DMA-IC framework. And that framework is executed using powerful instruments like RCA and FMEA. Each layer perfectly supports the one above it.
This quote really just says it all, doesn't it? A true culture of improvement isn't just about fixing things when they break. It's about this relentless desire to make things better, even when they seem to be working just fine. It's a deep commitment to never, ever being satisfied.
So we've walked through the entire structure, from the mindset that holds it all up to the specific tools you need for the job. This isn't just theory. It's a practical blueprint for building something amazing. The only question left is the one you see right here. What's the very first brick you're going to lay?